shaking shit up, shaking shit up. Ooh, we shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up. Ooh, we shaking shit up.
What's good, y'all? We are back. Welcome to Shakin Shit Up. I am your host, Sharon Nyree Williams, and we have another host, Michael B. Maine. Michael, say hello to the people. Yeah. And so Michael will be back a little bit later, but we are so excited for today. If you've never been to Shaking Shit Up before, this is the place where we present artists, but it is just as dope because we get to have a conversation about what the art sparks for us. And I see Pongo Poetry is in the building. What's up, Sean? And nice to see you, man. And so, yo, I'm just happy to be back. And guess what? This is our last show for this season. But what? But we'll be back at the beginning of the year to do more shaking shit up. And we're going to work on some things while we're away to make sure things are still popping when we come back for season 3. Can you believe? Oh, that's my crooked finger. I'm sorry. Yo, cuz, welcome. Glad you made it in. Yo, cuz text me like 2 seconds ago, talk about send me the link. Send me the link. Send me the link. But no, I am happy to be here and excited about this show because we have two dope artists and we're going to get it started. So let me introduce the first one to you. I have the pleasure of bringing to you a Seattle based artist, self taught artist, meaning has never taken a class. Ah, what began as a coping mechanism for depression and anxiety became a lens to examine and understand the world. Being closeted, a slave to others' expectations, and losing one of the most important people to their existence called a mental, emotional, and spiritual paralysis. The need to escape turned into isolation until they were encouraged to draw their way out of it. Ooh, that's dope. Influenced by music, theater, literature, film, life, people, etc., the DC native uses bold colors and expressive form to explore identity, sexuality, Afrocentrism, spirituality, mental health, awareness, consciousness, and self, centering the viewer into an centering the viewer into an emotional, mental, and spiritual connection with themselves opens the door to endless possibilities. Awakening desensitized emotions lead to the questions that spark conversations. Living in a society where boxes and labels are a way of life forces one to hide and resent the parts of themselves that are not accepted, never being strictly one thing or another fostered the realization that I am all things. We are all things. Um, yo, Rae Akino describes her work as I would describe my work as living art. Bold, lively colors telling real stories that are unheard, undervalued, but rich in culture, language, life, and most importantly, exist outside the white gaze. Stories of the past, now, and things I want to see. Yo, please help me welcome to Shaking Shit Up. Somebody that's been shaking it up. Miss Rae Akino.
How y'all doing? What's going on?
He's so
that
shy.
intro, that intro was everything. It was like, oh, I sound
Oh.
real interesting. Okay,
Yo, that's what you sent me, man.
okay. But it's different when you read it, so it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
no
okay.
doubt. Yeah.
What's going on?
Yo, what's popping in DC right now?
Cold. It's cold. Yep. It's getting mad cold. Just creating new work. Coming back to Seattle to spread that work and try to spread it in other places too. But yeah, just hunkering down and banging out some new pieces.
That's what's up. If you had one word to describe your mood today, what would it be?
Hmm. One word?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna just say. I'm gonna say. Jeez, just one. All right, I'm gonna just say cool. I'm just cool today. I'm not.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, I'm just cool.
Yeah. You have a best friend named Tisa?
Tease, John Tease. Yeah.
Tisa.
Hey,
Yeah.
Shawnee.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, Tis? What to represent? Appreciate you. All right, Ray. Thank you for being here. And now I'm gonna bring up our next artist. Yo, I met this artist when I was looking for a graphic designer. And yeah, you talking about dope. Like the stuff she spit out was like so great. Then I asked her to design something for my grandmother's 95th birthday, and that was dope. And then I went and met her at the marketplace and saw how dope she was in person. Bought a couple things, you know what I'm saying. But yo, dope as hell. So uh Tree Williams describes herself as black, queer, masculine presenting female, Memphian. I'm gonna get her to say that when she comes on here. Transplanted to the PNW, the Pacific Northwest, lover of family, laughing, learning, and other folks' kids laugh out loud. When I asked Tree, what does she have to say about her work? She said, my artwork is a reflection of what's trending around the world of situations that directly affect me. I would describe my creations as thoughtful, introspective, honest, and vibrant clusters of illustrations, typography, and collage. Help me bring to the Shaking Shit Up stage, Tree Williams. What's up, Tree?
Woo, what it do? Appreciate that intro. Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
yo. Yo, how you say that
I
Memphian?
check it. It go like this: Memphian. But people in Memphis
Memphian.
probably can't even pronounce that. So whatever. Yep. I'm from down south, man. Pretty much.
Yo, yeah, growing up in Memphis, how's it feel to go from Memphis to Seattle?
It feel like your world get turned upside down a little bit. You feel like
Okay,
you know how you around a lot of black people.
right.
When you get up here, you like the only black person in certain spaces. But it's all good
Right.
though. I like it. I like it. I like
Yeah.
how it's a space up here. So
Okay. Cool
hey,
beans. Hey. And how would you describe your mood for today?
oh my goodness, I was thinking about it when you asked Ray. Man, my mood for today would be I just made it here by the skin of my teeth. So I'm happy. Whatever happens, happens. I'm good. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm healthy, so I'm straight.
That's what's up. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You staying dry and
My socks wet right now.
oh jeez.
uh. But we good.
Yo, you gotta adapt. Get you some rain boots.
Yeah, I need to go up in the REI or something.
Yeah, man. Yo,
I'm
when I
on
bought
one
my
about that.
first pair of rain boots, I was in shock. I was like, I definitely live in Seattle. And that was just like 2 years ago.
Okay, I need to hop on the train then.
You know what I'm saying? Get that,
Oh,
get that. All right. And Mr. Michael B. Maine and Rae Akino come back. So Michael is eating. Hmm.
Got him.
So I can't ask Michael a question right now because he's eating. But I can tell y'all a little bit about my co-host. Michael is a wonderful photographer, videographer, streaming master, intellectual teacher, uh, music connoisseur. Cot. um, Pongo Poetry want to know what you eating, yo.
I would tell you, but since this is recorded, no.
Ah! Ah! I can't. I can't. So that's the type of show we gonna have today. I like it. Michael, what's your mood for today, man?
My mood for today is high heart rate grateful.
Okay.
High heart rate, grateful. Yo, we
Yeah,
lost Tree again.
yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on and everything, but I'm super grateful to be here, and I feel like today's been a really good exercise in reminding myself that we're all human, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm
It's
feeling
gonna,
good. I'm feeling good.
it's gonna do what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Tree get back up in here real quick. Um, Pongo Poetry is killing the emoji game right now.
I see that. Hey, I'm liking the new logo, Pongo.
No diggity, no doubt. I just did an event for Pongo. Oh shoot, last week, and it turned out really, really good. Got an opportunity to talk to some youth out of Tacoma, and it was their first uh, assembly for the year, so that was really, really cool.
What is
Um,
that, Aaron Nyree Williams? Two
huh?
questions for you.
What's up?
What is your mood for the day? And also, can you tell us
Yeah.
something about Pongo? Like, why you messing with Pongo? What's up?
Why am I messing with Pongo?
What?
Cause I killed it. Yeah. My mood for today is grateful, and I was messing with Pongo because Sean had saw the show a long time ago, Shaking Shit Up. Big fan, big supporter, and because we awesome. And I spit some poetry at some point, and he went to my website, and there we go. It's been I've spoken for Pongo 2 times now. It's been fun every time. They do great work going into juvenile detention centers and schools and things of that nature, helping young people tell their stories. Um, so, uh, yeah, Sean, go ahead and drop your website in the chat, man. Cool beans. Welcome back, Tree. All right. So those of
What's
you
up?
who've never been on Shaking Shit Up, this is how we do it. We allow an artist to present what they want to present and tell us what they want us to know about it, and then we respond to that, and we just keep it going. We go back and forth and back and forth. Yes, we did youth poets at CTSCTC. What is wrong with me today? It really inspired, and that means everything to me. Thank you, Sean, and all y'all do at Pongo Poetry. So, Tree, we're gonna have
Uh-huh.
you up first.
All
What you
right.
want to share with us?
Man, drop that video. We're
Doing
gonna
the
start with
video?
that.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Cool. Tell us
All
about it.
right.
Give us the
So what y'all
backstory.
just saw, that was like the biggest project of my life. I actually got paid for it, so it's like made me like a real artist.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But I guess the backtrack, it was obviously a Black Lives Matter mural, and it happened this year, which is like 2021. So it was like a year too late, not too late, but from when the grand uprising had happened. And basically, the community came together, and it kind of fell into place where I was like in like a leadership role to help design and do all these other little things to get it happen, to make it happen. So yeah, that's the BLM Street Mural from Renton. I'm the lead creative, and we got out there, and I just kind of let people, I organized folks, but I gave them like free will to kind of help make the design develop on its own, and we got it done in 4 days, and yeah, a lot of hands went into making that happen. So yeah, that's pretty
Wow.
much. It was about 400 feet long.
Congratulations. Huh?
Appreciate that. I said it's about 400 feet long, and thank you for that because it took a lot of energy to do that. So
Yeah.
How'd you feel when it was done? Like the last
uh,
day when it was just like
the last day,
paintbrushes down.
I was ready to sit down. I was ready to like kick my feet up. But I think that was just like the flesh part of me. But like my mental was just like overjoyed and just excited that we finally got it done, and just to see so many people come out to support like Black Lives Matter and me and the city, and hopefully it wasn't for optics, but yeah, I was really excited about it.
That's what's up. What all did you have to go through to do something like that? Like how did you
Um,
get the street and all that good stuff?
yeah, would it being like a public project, you got to go through like the city. So if anything belonged to the city, you got to ask them, and so we just had to follow a lot of regulations with like certain paint. You got to paint on certain days, make sure it's not raining. The neighbors around the street got to make sure they want it, so they got to sign like an ordinance. It was a whole lot of running around and like scratching your head, like why we gotta go through all this? How come we just can't do like see out here, go out there, paint it, be done? You know what I'm saying? But I think in the city of Renton, it's more like we follow the rules. You feel me? And so we did that, and that's why it took so long. Like what they call it, I can't think of the word,
Okay.
bureaucracy. That's the freaking
Yes.
word.
Uh,
Yeah.
So a bunch of boring stuff, but we ended up making it happen.
Cool. Ray, how did you feel by seeing the work that Tree has helped put together?
I'm low key kind of mad that I ain't see it in person like last time I was there, but I mean, I could. I'm definitely gonna make a. Is if it's still up or if it's still down, definitely
It's
gonna make an
down.
effort to get over there and check it out. But I mean, I'm happy to see more people that look like us, like being involved in, even if whether it's renting Seattle, whatever, just being involved in things that happen and getting paid for it. That part,
Yes. Yeah, for real though. That made a
like,
difference. Um,
yeah,
and to add, you said you want to see it. We kind of wanted to make that street like a meeting grounds for like if we want to do anything to kind of like gather in the city of Renton as far as like Black people goes and our causes, or like
for sure.
we want it to be a
Yes.
meeting ground. So yeah, we're gonna see what happened to it, but yeah, man, I'm proud of it. Definitely come out there and see it. I drive by it every now and again. I'm just glad it's down, y'all. I can't even lie.
Cool. Where is it located at in Renton?
It's it's Lake Avenue South. It's actually on the side of Renton High School. So like a whole lot of kids came out and helped us
Oh,
do it.
I
And
know exactly what that is.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
I used to live not too far from there.
that's what's up. Oh, the best part of this project. So
Mm.
it's a neighborhood project. They had a little football practice the first day we was out there, and all the little Black kids came and the cheerleaders came. And they looked over there and they was like, "Oh, artwork!" And somebody Black doing it, and it was like we weren't even halfway finished. But that part right there was like the best part, and just to see like the look on their face, and they was like they was happy like genuinely. So yeah, that did it for
That's
me.
what's up. That's what's up.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
that's all I
Well,
got.
okay, that's all you got. Kimberly Whitehead said you was getting a lot of love in the chat from Pongo and Tis, and everybody was giving you love. Well deserved.
Appreciate y'all.
It's
Appreciate it.
beautiful, Trey. And Kimberly said all your hard work paid off, no doubt.
Literally.
That's what's up. Appreciate you.
That part.
All right, Ray, what you got for us?
Whatever he put up, I guess.
Michael's choice.
Yeah, okay. Put it on shuffle. I don't care.
You're on mute, Michael. Oh, okay. That's me.
Okay.
All right. All right, Ray, tell us about this.
Yeah. All right. This piece is called Inner Child. It's featuring my baby, Zanzi. When I did it, it's acrylic on fabric. So when I originally did it, I was just thinking about just a lot of ways to represent our black kids. Like I was so tired of seeing black kids either exploited as far as representation or some sort of tragedy or hashtag or whatever. So, you know, I just took a photo of my baby and painted something that she could look at and say, that's me, and, feel proud of herself or feel proud to like see herself. Um, when I did it, like the process of painting it from beginning to end, did a lot of reflection, self reflection on my childhood and what childhood means for black kids, and just tried to bring it out through the painting as much as I could.
Mm, awesome. Tree, what does that spark for you?
Oh man, that's beautiful and it's fun. Um, just her expression and how she's standing and everything. It's like a piece of joy, but it's frozen in time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. But yeah,
appreciate
and
it, appreciate
I
it.
also like how you used what you said. It's on a sheet. It's on some
It's on
fabric.
fabric. Yeah, it's
See, we
fabric.
using what we got. Type. Like I
Yeah,
like that. Use what you got. But
Cool.
that's beautiful. Yeah.
Um,
appreciate it, appreciate it.
my pops texted me and said, how long did it take you to finish it?
That one, I want to say about 4 days, 4 days or less. It was rather easy. It wasn't a lot of like toiling over it because it's fun. It's like just something lighthearted and joyful versus something else that could be like dramatic and like the souls of the world crying. Like it'd be this one. I wanted to step away from that, and this one was just you know a way to see my baby and myself and other black kids.
Oh, awesome. Tree, my dad also wanted to know how long did it take you to do the mural? Was it?
We finished that thing in 4 days, but it took me a year of brain power.
Oh,
Mm.
dang. And Michael, why did you pick this picture to go first?
Because it made me smile. I
Because
was
it
looking,
what?
it made me smile.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
that's
looking
what's
through
up.
the images and I was like, yeah, that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Hmm.
There are a lot of other technical things I like about it, but I mean, it just hit me in my soul. I was just like, yo, I want to know more about this, and I don't want this to be one that we end up not showing over the course of the day.
Okay.
So start off with it.
All right.
That one first.
So we have a question for you.
Is it hanging anywhere? No, it's not. It is currently in my private collection and safeguarded. It is not. Oh, it is hanging somewhere. Oh my god, completely forgot. The actual original is with me, but a replica of it is in Othello on the side of a building, along with another piece
Oh,
of a black child that I created. Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them are in Othello. Um, forget the name of the building. It's right next to the Othello Safeway,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, they're
I rode by there the other
hanging
day.
right off the side. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. It literally just skipped my mind.
Thank Lord Jesus.
Ooh,
We're gonna have Tara on here
uh,
just to have you do it. So lovely. Thank you, Ray.
thank
Um,
you.
wash hands.
What?
Um, uh, and for me, yo, I don't think I can add anything much with that. Zanzi is my girl, love her to death, and that's the joy that she brings every time I seen her. And then Kimberly Whitehead wants to ask, is this an Easter picture? Dress and basket, and what kind of flower?
Yes, it was from the flower is actually a part of the fabric. She was not holding a flower in the original picture, but the reference photo is from her Easter pictures in her white dress, and she was feeling herself and just excited. So it's like, why not put that on canvas or on, immortalize that moment of her having confidence in herself?
And your best friend said, "I'm so proud of you."
Thank you, Shawnee.
And then Congo Poetry is playing in our chat, y'all. Wash hands was supposed to be I meant clap hands, but I like the way we all was like, okay,
Uh,
Right,
I mean, we do need to do that.
right.
Oh, Shawnee.
no, no doubt. Thank you, Ray, for that beautiful picture. And now, what do we have next, Tree?
I don't know.
Uh,
Let me
whatever
see.
Michael picks. Come on,
Let's
Michael.
see.
You look up
That's okay.
today.
It's all good. It's all
Cause
good.
Michael
It's all
just
good.
got it today. Oh,
Ooh,
Yo,
right.
ooh,
There we
this
go.
okay.
one.
Okay. So this one is called Descendant, and it's obviously a self-portrait. My hair was a little shorter.
Mhm.
I actually drew a picture of myself when I turned 29. I guess maybe I was bored, but I just wanted to kind of solidify myself in history a little bit. So I drew a self-portrait, and obviously those are words around it, but I used it in Procreate, so it's like a drawing pencil for digital art. Took my time with it, and I believe all these words came from listening to a podcast. And you look real close, it says a lot, but like I said in my bio, a lot of my work come from like what's going on in the world and like what's happening and how it affects me. And so some of it was about like religion and voting, and it was kind of like trendy when I made it. Um, but obviously, I'm quit saying obviously. My favorite part about it is, I guess, my head and how it's cut off, which looks kind of weird, but it's all about my ancestors and things like that. Just, just showing like where we come from, how we come from a lot of damage, but we still looking up in a way. And
Hmm,
yeah, I just kind of put my twist on it with the colors and things. Just having fun.
that's what's up. Kimberly said, "Love the vibrant colors and for it to be on fabric." Um,
It ain't on fabric, Kimberly, but
oh,
it's cool.
that's the other pic. I think her
Oh,
thing came in late. Um,
okay.
Pongo Poetry said, "Whoa, we got some love here from my girl. What's
See,
up,
I can zoom
Queen?"
in. But
And
yeah,
then,
so like some of the stuff on there, it said like Jesus flipped tables type stuff. Like I don't know if everybody really into like Christianity, but like I said, I was listening to a podcast and they was like, it's okay to be angry and things like that because even Jesus flipped the table. So I just thought that was cool to write it down, you know. But yeah, definitely illustration and type coming together to kind of
you got
tell my thoughts in a way.
TC. How you say your best friend's name?
I just call her Shawnee, but Tease.
Tease. All right. I keep wanting to say TC. Tease. Got you, Tease. She says, "Okay, Trey, this is nice." And Kimberly says, "What's covering your eye?"
What's covering my eye? That was inspired. Y'all remember that movie?
It's like a
Wild Wild
monocle.
West. Yeah, that's what it is.
Uh, yeah, it's a monocle. That's dope.
Uh,
I guess that's a play on
Pongo.
perspective. You know.
Okay. Pongo Poetry
Okay.
said the circle around the eye makes me think wisdom.
You know what, Pongo? We can go with that too.
That's why I love
You know.
art right there. That's what's up.
Right.
Ray, what does it? Uh, what do
I got
you?
a question. So right there in the top, I think that's the right corner. I think it says
Uh,
passive question mark. Where'd that come from? What's the story behind that part? Right
behind
there.
being passive.
Question mark.
So
Like,
if you rewind back to last year, um, of course it was like voting season, and like I'm
yeah,
the type of person be like, man, politics, politics. We damned if we do, damned if we don't. But like once you get to thinking about it, like what we do and who we vote for, that shit really does matter. And so it's like you got a choice whether you're gonna be passive, like your mindset about your place as a citizen in the world. You know what I'm saying? You be passive if you're gonna vote or not, or you know just being involved. And so it's definitely a question because I feel like I'm too laid back sometimes, and it's like get up and do something, right? And so I guess sometimes I question being too cool about shit. But
well,
that's kind of where they came from.
and what about the color choices? Like, what it like the blue and the green is coming out strong for me. Like, do you have a connection to those colors? Is it just like something that was just right
Um,
there available?
I would say it was right there and available, but with my background in like graphic design, the major three colors is red, green, and blue, and it's like the three colors. You know how when you was a kid, you learned red. The primary colors was red, yellow, and blue. Come on, tree, you got it. Those are primary colors for painting, but those what I use was the primary colors for anything digital. And I just like how it popped out.
Okay, that's what's
Red obviously is the blood. You feel
up. True, true. I only ask because, like, for me, color is important. Like, every single one of my pieces got purple in it. It's my foundation color. That's
me?
just
Okay,
my thing. It's just, yeah.
That's
okay.
what's up.
Yeah,
I
color
like
is
that.
like very important. It's like a tool, a weapon almost.
Man.
But appreciate that.
Descendant.
Yeah.
Like, what's the descendant part? Like, what's the story behind that part? Because it's coming off real strong compared to everything else.
Well, like I said, the head cut off represent like where we come from, and
Hmm.
I got a real strong connection with like family and my grandma, and I kind of wanted to honor them as well. You know what I'm saying? Just shouting out my folks, my people. Oh shit.
Okay.
But that's where that come from. Just keep on looking up, keep on going, cause it's like I know I'm just one person, but my nieces and nephews is looking at me too. Like I got work to do too. People is watching, so yeah, man.
Mm,
We cut from some amazing people, so
True. True.
but that's where they come from.
awesome. Michael, what do you have to what sparks for you with Descendant?
With the word descendant or the
No, with
piece?
the piece. I'm calling it Descendant. I just renamed it and everything.
Oh.
Appreciate that. It makes sense.
um, I'm curious, Tree. What is first of all, amazing piece.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved whenever there are like multiple truths and multiple realities that are represented simultaneously. It shows the complexity of a more full human experience and everything. So I think for me, when I see this, I see a representation of a whole person and everything, and not just one aspect or one component of that person. So I'm loving it, and I'm wondering like what is the expression saying, if the expression is saying anything specifically.
The expression on my face.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just looking up, man.
Okay. Cool.
Cause like a lot of times, your mind can take you a lot of places. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like, but you
Yeah.
continue to kind of. One day, one dude told me he was like, make sure you go outside at least once a day and just like look into the sky and just like really take that in, like the miracle that you are and what the world is and all that. And all of a sudden you'll feel better. You just go outside and look up and breathe. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
so
beautiful.
it's almost kind of like meditative, but yeah, definitely represent forward direction
That's what's up.
for
And
sure,
then
for sure.
like the monocle over there. Like I know this is a digital piece and you did that in Procreate, but it looks like I can reach out and touch this piece. Like there's a texture about it that's hard to, in my experience anyway, it's been very hard to recreate digitally. And I think you did a beautiful job with that. So just props to you.
I appreciate that. That's called the warp tool. Anyone can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it feels good. But I'm
but
talking
thank
about
you.
everything, like the hair and everything. Like it feels much more textural than a digital piece normally feels to me.
Okay, appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congo Poetry said, a part of something bigger, but also a powerful individual. And then Kimberly agreed with what you said. Keep your head up. One thing elders always say to youth. Yeah, yeah. Uh,
For sure.
for sure, for sure. Well, thank you, Tree, for that. Now let's go to Ray's next piece.
Ooh, so far.
Okay.
That's
Um, okay, this one is part of a series. It's a collection of pieces. The entire series is called Zaddy. So each piece is just Zaddy 1, 2, 3, 4, whichever number they are. What inspired this collection is the lack of representation for mask. Well, I'm not even gonna say mask. Yes, for mask identified Black lesbian women, but specifically, it's much more than just women. I mean, of course, women are the women, or whether you identify as non-binary, female presenting, what have you, um, is the focus because when we when it comes around June and we see all this gay stuff, everything is hyper feminized. Everything is on the feminine spectrum, and there's nothing wrong with femininity. Femininity is great, but there is never any respect shown or honor to the balance of having both, or even being, anywhere else on the spectrum. And this piece was just straight up. I was feeling like, I'm sick of this shit. Just flat out, like, say something. I walk into a place, people, but you walk in, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. You walk into a
Yeah.
place, and if people presume you're mass presenting, then they automatically have this mindset about you without even before they even say hello. And from my experience, I'm a little bit of both. Femme, mask, all of that wrapped up into one, depending on what day it is. Most of the time I'm more on the mask sense because it's just easier. But regardless, I feel like I always have to have this guard up because of just being just targeted in a certain way, in one way or another. So this entire series was just to bring a little bit of love to people, to women, Black lesbian women on the mass spectrum, and just balancing that mask and femme energy. So also darker skinned. Let me put that in there
Right.
because yeah, like the way that I came up with this little design or whatever was from a line in a song that said, "My skin is Technicolor," and it's by an artist named Toby Nwigwe. He's dope. and he's very dark skinned, and he ain't lying when he says, our skin is technical. There's so many colors in our skin. So I tried to make that a reality with this piece and a lot of other pieces, but this one very much so the focus or intentional.
Awesome. Thank you.
So what's up?
What's up, Tree?
You did your thing on this one. You really
Appreciate it.
did.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you really beat me to it. I always want to do something like this too. That's what's up.
I always wanted to see something like this.
All right.
Yes.
But you said you got a series, right?
Yes. In this
So
series, it's currently on display at a Rado Gallery in Pioneer Square. It's going to be on display until this is the work that's on display right now is going to be there until March, and then in March it's
okay.
going to expand to be like 15 more pieces of the same series. So, oh, it's on my hoodie too. Yeah. So this piece will be printed on hoodies to, you know, put it on the streets,
Yeah.
make
Nah,
people really
that's
face
super
it.
dope.
Appreciate it.
Do you
That's
actually
what's
know
up.
your subjects?
A lot of the times, yes.
Okay.
Sometimes, no. Sometimes they are complete strangers. That person I know personally, I used to play ball with her in high school. Big ups to her for, participating. But this is also a part of the Zaddy series. And, you know, like I said, just representing different levels,
Yeah.
different levels of energy
Yeah.
that we don't see in the mainstream media,
I think that's
unfortunately.
hella important too, because it's like we here, we ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere, and it's like you gotta normalize it, like normalize us in a way. Hell, I'm even still trying to figure out like self discovery, and to see like a stud on a picture that's painted as fine art is worth something. It's like that's dope. That's dope.
that part,
Yeah.
that
So
part. See, that was the aim. Like,
yeah, that's dope. And the colors though, okay.
appreciate it.
I I love the everything about it. Can you talk a little bit about the backgrounds?
And this one, the background. Okay, so I've been really fixated this last year or so. I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of stuff in the last few years, but just being black in this country, it's been just a lot of stuff back to back to back to back. And so I've been fixated just real heavily on tribal designs or having some sort of tribal element in my work now because even though as black Americans we're cut off from, a lot of things historically, our ancestry, all of that stuff, it's like certain things we see that's not language, but it means so much. So
Mhm.
every black person that sees a certain type of tribal design, like there's a difference between African tribal designs and like Polynesian or whatever. But whenever we see something that we know is ours, we know it's like that's for us.
Mm.
You might not know which, country specifically, which tribe specifically come from, but you know that it's black.
That's right.
I
I
like
feel
that.
you
So
on that.
yeah.
That's
So yeah.
cool. Congo Poetry said, powerful piece, love the expression and gesture, self embrace, but also self protection and strength.
Yes. Oh, another thing what you said, Pongo, about the self protection and strength. The necklaces around the person's neck are actually also a tribute to the Yoruba religious culture, and
Yeah.
um, that was intentional because I feel like not everybody. I'm not saying that everybody got to be practicing that and all of that, but I feel like with what we're taught here in America, both of us, all of us being exposed to Christianity and things like that, Catholicism, the big five, pretty much, when these other religions have they don't have to necessarily be religions, just cultures, period. I'm gonna say culture, have all of these stories and these folklores where we're the heroes. Like we're the heroes, the villains, the confused people, the fools, whatever. But outside of that, how Marvel ain't putting that out there. It took us how long to get Black Panther? So
Too.
yeah, that was yeah. So the positioning and those they're called Ilekes are very very important to this piece as as a symbol of protection.
Man, that's incredible.
You getting love in the chat, no doubt.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Michael. You got anything on this piece?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Micah?
I do have some things on this piece, and actually this piece too. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, for, I've been a fan of your work since the first time Sharon was like, "Yo, I know somebody whose work you need to see."
Okay.
What, like 4 years ago now, something like that, 3, 4 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and one there's a crown in the back. Well, at least I see it as a crown. It kind of reminds me of Basquiat, um, on the left side of the in the background.
Yeah,
Like,
I see what you're talking about.
yeah,
It's crazy that you say that because I see it as a crown now that you said it, but before that was not intentional. But I definitely can see the resemblance to something that would be in a Basquiat piece.
yeah. It also reminds me of like some. There are a lot of artists that it reminds me of, and I think you do a really beautiful job in doing it. And for me, the thing that stands out the most, besides, of course, I love the pieces, and I think they do a very good job of. I think you do a very good job of communicating what you're communicating through your work without having to explain it verbally, and I think that's a triumph. And I'm over here, looking at these four rectangles on my monitor, and when I hear and see people say things like, "Yo, I see myself in this. I've always wanted to do something like this, or I've always wanted to see something like this." That to me is magic because like you're doing work that that represents people and shows people where folks can see themselves and be like, yeah, I exist, I'm valid, and like you say, normalizes different expressions and identities and everything, and I just think it's beautiful. And then of course the work is just gorgeous, like the way you do colors and texture, and like I can look at the elbow, like the shadow on the elbow. Everything. I'm like, yo, it looks like it's actually sticking out the print or whatever. So I'll stop talking right now. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this episode right now for a number of reasons. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, that does mean the world to me that people connect with it and it makes sense because I have, had work like this up in spaces around people who didn't. It wasn't meant for them. They didn't see themselves. So to be able to put it up and for the right people that it's intended to get to see it and get it, like that's a win for me.
that's what's up. My dad texted me again and said, "Great, wonderful, outstanding, and amazing." Um,
Thank you, Sharon's dad.
he's tuning in. Um, no doubt. I think you hit on something though. All right, it's like how we make judgment of people by what they look like, and Tree hit on this too in her painting around being passive, and so I think that's the messaging of like acceptance and accepting people for who they are and getting to know them, because this person looks interesting to me, right? For me, I'm like, yo, where you get your tats at? Where you get your chains from? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And so I think like really not judging people and just having a conversation.
We need to
Yeah.
normalize that.
Normalize, definitely.
Yes.
What's up, Tree? You thinking over there?
I'm like, we got a long way to go,
Yeah.
but it's
I
cool
mean,
though,
but
cause it's baby steps, but just growing up in a black household, black family is like, what I'm saying. It's just harder to kind of be expressive as far as like your sexuality, gender
true, that
goes,
part.
and that's
That
why I
was
was like,
another reason why I did this series. That
yeah,
part, what you just said, growing up in a black household and um like I was closeted for years, years. They knew my
hell, I
family
think I
knew, but
might
they were just
still
like,
be closet.
see what I'm
My
saying?
bad.
Like my family knew, but it wasn't nobody saying nothing. But they were still at the same time, so like, we love you, what have you, but honestly, nobody really like gave me a sense of it's okay until
Mm-hmm.
after I just didn't care no more. It was like, this is what it is. But it wasn't that dramatic. It really wasn't. But yeah, growing up in a black household, being expressive is like if it's feminized, if it's like, the choir director, we all know that stereotype. We already know the hairdresser. If you don't fit the certain gay quotas, then it's like, well, what are we doing here? What is this? What do we
Mm-hmm.
call this? So the different images in Zaddy represent, I have a drag king in there. A lot of people don't know what a drag king is. You know what a drag queen is,
Yep.
but I call that piece, it's Zaddy number one. I called it beard and titties because that's just what it is, and I loved it so much. But most people like me will see something like that and just their brains like break in half. Like a person who with a beard and a fade and double D's, like how does this fit in the same? But you look at RuPaul and it's okay.
Mm,
RuPaul been on TV for years,
mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
so it's just like the flip side of it is just like if you accept this, why not this?
mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
I appreciate that. Yeah, for real.
Uh, this, this, let's go with what's this first thing. I knew before you told me. Intense beard and titties. Only on Shaking Shit Up will people say beard and titties. Uh, um, but yeah, I love the way you shaking shit, right? And way you're challenging, both of you are challenging people and what they're saying. And it's real, right? It's not something made up. It's a real life experience brought to people through the colorful art. And hopefully it sparks conversations and the right people see it and get it.
Hey Ray,
Yeah.
I think you ahead of the curve with this series.
Girl,
Raise
come,
them
come on, like
prices.
join in, join in. Like I need help. I can't be shoot.
Man,
Y'all connected because y'all I connected
Yes.
y'all via tech. I connected y'all. Wait a minute.
a long time ago.
Before I
Time
came, yeah,
ago.
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
was like
I
last year.
I think
yeah.
so.
When I met
Yeah.
Tree, I was like, "You need to meet Ray," and I was like, "Okay, no doubt." All right, that's cool. Let's move on to Trey Tree's next piece. Why am I calling Tree?
Because somebody
I
put it
don't
as
know.
Trey in there.
Yeah, Tree. Ooh.
All right, this is a mock up. This doesn't exist.
Oh,
Um,
Yet.
yet exactly. So this is first of all, it says Black Lives Matter again. One, because the project was approved last year, um, and
Cool.
that's when it all happened. So that means yes, it's a it's paid for. You feel me?
Mm.
So we're gonna get out there. I'm trying to do it this year, but it's kind of rainy or whatever. But it's basically an extension of the street mural. Put it like that, if that makes sense. It's the same colors. It's gonna have pretty much the same icons, but it's on the side of a building this time, and it's right in the heart of Renton, and people gonna see it even if they're not even trying to see it. But the whole goal here was for it to be bright and bold and in your face. And I wanted to use like a lot of different shapes and like the angles to kind of help tell a story. So like if you look closely, the guy at the bottom holding like the blue triangle, he represents like the work, the building, like the anticipation. Um, the figure to the left that's like looking down, look like he's standing on top of us. He
Yeah.
represents the movement and like all the artists and the athletes and everybody who actually like spoke up, the activists and like young people, people who weren't afraid. That's what he represents. Like kind of just holding it all down, holding Black Lives Matter down for like what it really was. Just being bold about it. And my guy here standing in the to the far, what's that? The right. He's looking up, and half his body is in like the yellow area. And I know Ray was talking about colors, and the yellow represent like cheerfulness and like joy. And I wanted to put this black man smiling, to represent joy because we've been through a lot of bullshit. As you can see, the people's names around his shoulders, which the design has actually been changed and updated because there's a tragic story out of Renton. There's a little girl. Her name was Kalani Bolton, and she died because they mistreated her in the city of Renton. It's like a medical malpractice. So instead,
Mm.
I'm gonna put her name on there and honor her and her family. But yeah, it's gonna mean way more than just Black Lives Matter when it all get done. But yeah, this is a like I said, this is a proposed project, um, and I'm excited to get it done. So yeah, and this
Uh,
kind of it's not even finished, y'all. Unfortunately, I turned in an unfinished piece, but when it get done, y'all gotta come out to Renton and see the real deal.
For sure.
hold up. You turned in an unfinished piece and it got accepted.
Uh-huh. That's okay.
Okay.
So when you learn graphic design, and they they want you to submit a proposal and let us see what it might look like. You got to learn how to create things where it's not. So I kind of used those skills and got it done like that.
That's
Dope.
what's
So
good.
uh,
We got some comments in the chat. Uh, Tree, speak it into existence,
oh, definitely.
celebrate,
For real.
and I love the bold colors.
I do
Um,
too.
and then my dad said,
What's up,
we need
pops?
to talk to the mayor to get you a whole block.
I know,
For
right?
sure.
Okay,
that's
pops. He
Yeah.
thinking above and beyond. I heard that. But
that's what he
like for real though,
does.
that would be
No,
cool.
Yeah.
Just like have a
yeah,
whole
man.
block of us.
Yeah. Renting kind of dry. Throw some color in it. A lot
Uh,
of it.
Man, you can say that again.
Yes.
That's why
uh,
like this Black Lives Matter stuff in my head, it's like I'm fatigued. But for it to come to the city of Renton, it's like a big ass deal. Like
mm,
to even say it publicly, put it on the wall, and put it on the street. Like some people was really like shaking in their boots about the shit, right?
mm.
So,
Yeah. I
but then when
be.
they see me and they meet me, they be like, "Oh, she's the coolest person ever." And I'm like, "Yeah," but black
I
people are
mean.
dying. Did you know that?
Wow. Yeah.
I've experienced a lot of Washington and from just working and stuff, so I know exactly what you mean. And the farther you get away from downtown Seattle, the more conservative and Confederate like
Yeah,
things get. So
yeah,
Renton ain't that far, but it's far from downtown Seattle. It's far from the rainbow streets.
it is.
Ooh.
So, yeah, appreciate
Uh,
that.
Pongo said the angles, the quadrants, the colors. Wow.
Yes.
And then they
I
said,
oh go
go ahead. They said, make them shake, shaking shit up.
ahead. I like
Yeah.
that.
Talk about the
Yes.
quadrants and the angles and stuff.
So honestly, from like a installation kind of standpoint, I'm like, we're gonna have to get out here and paint this. Might as well block it off in sections first, just to make it easy. Because when people come out there, I want volunteers to help me, right? And so just to make it like an easier process, so they can see it, I started going with the blocks. But then I was like, maybe this could represent perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like one the orange angle, we looking up, right? We looking up at dude, or he looking down at us, type shit. And so it's just a play to help tell our story and tell like what we want. You feel me?
This was awesome.
Oh,
And
and
what
it's
is this?
also gonna be some braille and things, those dots and things. If you get real close,
Mm.
Yeah.
so I wanted to
So you can like
communicate
touch
in
it.
other ways. Well, I'm
That's
still trying to
dope.
figure that part out. But if I can make it like pop off the wall, like literally, that would be super cool.
I mean, you can. We can get some cement, some molding paste, a lot of different things. Make
Oh,
it
we about
work
to talk. Okay,
for
bro.
sure.
Tree, question, because I know some of the times you use symbols and instead of words.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so
Yep.
can you talk about the symbols in here that and what they might say, what they say?
Okay. So, couple symbols off top, like kind of like Ray had did. Some of the symbols is just like traditional like African motifs, like with the angles and the squares and the organic shapes. Some of it's gonna be that, but then a lot of other symbols are kind of like the balancing scales for like justice, or the Wi-Fi symbol to represent like access to, you know, all these everything that's digital and where the world's heading, just to make sure we don't leave black kids out of that conversation. Like digital money, all that ain't going nowhere. So it's like we need to be thinking about that like right now while they little, so they can be able to survive in a city like Seattle 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like Wi-Fi symbol. What else I got in there? Handcuffs. I got like a puzzle piece that's like for like autism, environmental stuff. It's just like so many ways that we affect it. And if you black, it's like it's even worse for you. Like growing up, I didn't even know. Like I grew up right down the street from a damn landfill, and I was
Mm,
like, why are we so
Mm.
close to the landfill? But when you think about the white people neighborhood, it's like kind of out the way.
yeah.
But it's like it'd be like little shit like that. It's like you don't even think about it, but it's like man, we've been breathing in this shit years and years and years. But
Mm,
but
Yo, like the orange. I really love the orange section. I love the whole thing. The colors are dope. It's like full. It all comes together. But that orange section is really giving me ancient hieroglyphic sort of vibes. Like that. I don't know if it's under the dew that's like this. If you look at it like from a vertical standpoint, it kind of looks like the hieroglyphic symbol for representing a pharaoh or a sphinx, like the black
yeah,
part and the green part. I
mm.
don't know if it's just my eyes from over here, but yeah,
Nah, you on the money with it. So like I said, this wall mural and the street mural are like brothers and sister projects. And the wall mural was really inspired by hieroglyphics with the little symbols at the end of each thing. That kind of like inspired the whole project. So I'm glad you said that because I showed didn't say it. But yeah, you got it. I appreciate that.
that's what's up.
that's fire. And Tyra said, "Yas, Braille, love it. I love the way that you're." And
Yeah.
I totally agree. And then she said, "I love the inclusion so much. Thank you for that."
Oh,
Yeah,
one more thing about this piece, I wanted to include like it was a little controversy too, but I wanted to include like all masculine figures just to kind of put like black men on a pedestal or like masculine presenting women. You feel me? Because it's
yeah,
like I don't know if everybody else know, but black men, people look at them like a threat. threat. Like they heart start beating fast sometimes if they see like a black dude. It's weird, but it's like hopefully this right here will soften up the image, but still tell the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm,
That's kind of
yeah,
that's kind of where I was headed with that.
like that, like that, like that. Thank you. Ah, appreciate it. Well, Michael, what do we have next for Ray? I ain't even gonna ask Ray. Say Michael.
Pretty much. I'm gonna just go with whatever comes up.
All right, all right. Give me 1 second here. Let's see.
uh, Michelle said while Michael's doing that, maybe unfinished but so expressive and bold, this piece will speak to us for generations to come.
For sure. For sure.
Hmm.
Thank you,
Man,
thank
there's
you.
so many, so much good stuff up
And if y'all
here.
got any critiques, let me know. Like I said, it's still
Oh my
constructive.
god.
Oh, oh,
Why you say,
everything.
oh my
Oh
God,
Lord. Okay, this piece has so
Okay.
much so many stories, so much history. Where did I go? Okay. The name of the piece is called Reclaiming Ourselves. And it is, or it spawned from this place I was in my life where I felt like, you know, I'm starting to become my own person for myself, not based on expectations of other people or what I got to do to survive or whatever, just me. Who am I? What is my identity? How do I build that for myself? Blah, blah, blah. And also, I had just watched, like, I watch a lot of documentaries and, read a lot of books and all this stuff. But especially if it pertains to Black women. But particularly, I watched a documentary called Our Forgotten Daughters, and it was a documentary about the girls that were kidnapped from the school in Nigeria. I think it was Nigeria or the Congo. I think it was the
Yeah.
Congo. Nigeria or the Congo. I forget the exact place, but and what their experiences were like and all that. And pretty much, long story short, they were using these black girls' bodies to sell on the black market to get ammunition and supplies for the guerrilla militia. So this started making me think about a lot of stuff in regards to, all the missing girls in the US and how just black women's bodies are just currency. So this piece was about us claiming ourselves for ourselves, whether no matter where you record, and it goes beyond just black women. It applies to black men, trans women, whatever. Just your body is your own. Your being is your own. Reclaim it, and that's the end of it. Like you don't gotta explain it to nobody, whatever. And the jury and all of that, like is we're rich. We're just you don't just in our own existence we're rich. You don't have to, we can don ourselves with whatever we want. Also, what was going on at the time was it was some kind of controversy in the media about women and what they're wearing and all this other stuff. So it's just like why everybody got something to say about somebody else's body, what we got on, it was stuff going on with Lizzo, and it was just hell for black women. And so this piece literally sparked not only my self claiming myself, but me stepping into the art scene or stepping outside of showing art in my own house. Because before I had art in my house or just doing it and putting it online here and there, but I had never shown in a show. Uh, no, I did one show that was a flake, but through this piece, I met so many black queer people in Seattle and just not even just black queer people, just people, period, that got it and just bloomed from there to like it was one particular year. I debuted this in 2018. The rest of 2018 and into 2019 was just show after show, request after request. it was crazy. Like just off of this piece.
Wow,
So yeah.
that's that's powerful. Tree, what does it spark for you?
Man, Ray, let me find out this you. No, I just
Oh
play.
no, that ain't me. I ain't built like that. Nah.
Nah, but for real though, it's like the her stature that says a lot. That's open as hell. It's a lot of vulnerability right there. Uh,
Empower. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. I'm loving the colors and all. Like, what made you go with like this blue and purple? I know you purple your shit.
Yeah. Purple and deep blues is my thing, man. It's just it was just I don't know. Like I didn't want it to be brown because brown is beautiful, black skin is beautiful, but I wanted how we talk even in black community we talk about people who are really 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 dark skinned. We call them blue black,
Mm-hmm.
Yup,
and then
my
it's like a
granddad.
derogatory thing or like it's like a way of teasing them. I wanted to like, nah, man, that blue black is yes,
Uh
there
huh.
is a lot there. Let's lift that blue black up, cause
I like
yeah.
that. That's beautiful.
That's what's up. I like that. Kimberly said Black Diamond.
What's Black Diamond? What's that?
Come on, Kimberly, you gotta tell me more. And then Pongo Poetry said the bracelets, the hands, the shoulders, it all communicates beauty and power. Amazing. Ray's like, yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm worried about. I'm curious about the Black Diamond thing.
All
What is,
right.
Does she
Yeah.
mean like the shape of the diamond right there? You know,
or
because
saying that
it
it's like
just
a
goes to
gem.
dark.
It's a black gem or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And then Felicia, who just texted me, said that it reminds her of the Black Widow spider.
Okay.
That's a deadly animal. Ain't it?
I mean, it
It's
can.
something about that
Black
black
women
widow.
could be
I think,
deadly too.
Black
yeah,
women can take the
that widow,
power.
that widow
Yeah.
have sex, the mate die.
Yeah. And oh, another interesting thing happened to me around this piece. I showed it in a. It was in a show at a Rados a few years ago for something else, and somebody came up to me who identified as trans, or they were in their transition into a woman, and expressed to me that they were a power bottom and that they just saw so much of themselves in a powerful way because power bottoms are thought of as like sissies or just weak or whatever. But like the fact that this person got so much out of like saw themselves, and even though they weren't, even though most people see this and assume it's a woman, but
Hmm.
you don't really know.
Right, you
Mm.
don't.
Everybody got a booty.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
Preach.
So that was just like that was like a oh my god moment. Like yes, I didn't even like to reach that person that I wasn't even like aiming for, but it connected so well. I was like, yeah,
Wow.
that was a win.
That's a
Right.
win.
That's why we do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kimberly responded, all the pressure needed to make a diamond. Oh, let me put it up here. All the pressure needed to make a diamond, the black diamond market that black lives were taken for with the young black girls that were
Oh
kidnapped.
yeah, yeah.
My cousin is deep. Come on, cuz. That's the way to bring it. No doubt. Let's
For
bring the
sure.
gentleman on the group and see what his response is. Since he selected this for us to talk about. What's
Yeah.
happening, Michael?
I thought it was a powerful piece, and I know with Ray specifically, like there are a lot of pieces that you put together over time and created over time that are very bold in whatever it is you're communicating. And some of the pieces, I mean, this one stands out. It was very different from the ones that you sent over. I was looking through them and I was like, "Yo, this stands out." And the first thing I thought was strength and power when I saw it, and I was like, I just want to know what Rae has to say about this. Like, what is this piece about? It's one of the few that my mind went a bunch of different places in terms of like how I would read the image, but I just wanted to hear from you. Why everybody's
Yeah.
making faces? Am I not coming through clearly, or can you make out what I'm saying, y'all?
Yeah, I think we just got
Oh,
hijacked.
oh, okay, cool, cool.
Go ahead. Yes, we can see what you're saying. But we got some
What? This piece transcends gender and
I see.
age.
I see.
you see it? So
Yeah.
What?
I'm blocking some folks. We haven't had this happen to us before, so
Hey,
Okay.
congratulations.
Congratulations on
we must have made it. We probably
yeah.
we got people saying dumb stuff. But anyway, Michael, continue. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. It's not your fault. You weren't the one in the chat blowing it up. Um, no, I was just saying, like, I think when I first saw this piece, I thought it stood out from the rest. It was very different from what you guys sent over, right? And then also, I know that in my experience with your work, everything you do has a very specific meaning and something that you're communicating. And and when I saw this, my mind went like three different directions, and I was like, I wonder if it means this. I wonder if it means this. I wonder if it means this. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask Rae. And also, I think
Yeah.
it's important to be able to like read an image and read artwork and everything. And I think that like when I first pulled the image up, there was like gasps from all three people in the rectangles, and but then we got through that, and then we started talking about the experiences that you've had and the people that have come up to you and express all admiration and appreciation and seeing themselves in the work and the different representations and everything of like just there was just so much that came from this piece, and then and not just in how people read it but also how it resonates with people, because this has been one of the pieces that launched a lot of your exhibitions and shows and everything. So that's why I chose this piece. I want to see what you had to say about
Yeah. This piece is it's a number of pieces, but it's definitely one of the ones that are special to me. And just having stories and people coming up to me and saying different things about it, and it is a lot. Yeah, you are right. A lot of my work, pretty much all of my work, has very strong imagery, and the reason for that is because Sharon knows this. I am not a big public talker. Like, I'm not a people person on a regular basis. I'm learning. I'm doing much better with, navigating people in public spaces and stuff like that. But through the work, you can say whatever you want and not have to say a word. So I think that's where that comes from.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. And then Michelle said this piece transcends gender and age. It's a state of mind, exactly where my mind is at this point in my life. Laugh out loud.
Okay, Michelle. Okay.
Well, Kim has given us kudos for having y'all on for the season finale and people trying to jump in and act foolish. That's all good. That's what's up. And hopefully Tree will jump back on.
Way
Found
back.
Poetry is giving hands up, giving claps. They found the clap emoji. Uh and for me, I think we all did decide because it's sexual, right? It's really like
That's usually the number
sexual,
one thought.
right? But then what people that experience didn't get is what like how you saw it and why you painted it And so it's that whole thing again around judgment and what you think something is in your perception, but it's also that thing that we give up as artists, that once you put it out into the world, it's up to them to come up with how that makes them feel and what that makes them think about. So how do you deal with passing your art, you entry? How do y'all both deal with like once you release it to the masses?
Take a deep breath and just try to let it go, but not really. Like it's still mine. It's still my message. People gonna think what they're gonna think. I get so many dudes asking me for a copy of it, or because they want to put it on their bedroom wall or in their man cave or something like that. Like on some like black exploitation Pam Grier type stuff.
Mhm.
But then at the same time, I'm a fan of Pam Grier, but not in a sense of, just I love Coffee Brown. It's just like what she represented, especially at the time period. So for me, it's like, yeah, you think what you think, and I'm gonna listen to what you think, but we're gonna have a conversation about it. Not necessarily with me directly. Sometimes it's just through the comments or through somebody else's chiming in. Sometimes I don't have to say anything. Other people will be like, this is what it means to me, and don't take that away from me. And I'm like, all right. And they like set them straight, but yeah.
Yeah, Tree, how about you?
Um, I think I actually experienced a white person telling me after they seen my artwork, they was like, "You really shouldn't say Black Lives Matter." I'm like, "Why, ma'am?" Cause all loud. I'm like, "No, see, first of all, this is my artwork, okay? Like, and this is my experience. And I mean, you got a right to say what you want, but like, it's out in the world, and this is how I feel." And I just let her talk, and she was finally done. I was glad, but um, yeah. So I'm just saying, people have been like, don't agree with whatever I was putting out or whatever, and I just kind of roll with the punches, and I had. That's like when I create. I think that's why it's so like important because it's like you create what you really feel, and you really got to put yourself out there. And I think at this point in like my artistic life, I don't think I'm there yet to really be creating like what I really like,
Nah,
really want to do.
don't say that. Don't say that. There is no other time but now. You
Okay.
can't put it off, man. Like you cannot. Like so I put it off for so many years. Like I did not literally. I would draw here and there, paint something here and there, but 2018 is when I really put stuff out and seen how, like, yeah, I could have been doing this the whole time. Really?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
so don't wait on it. And as for the Black Lives Matter thing, I think people get caught up in the bureaucracy or the politics about the phrase. Like that's what that is about. It's the
Mm.
media and the politics surrounding the phrase.
Yeah. Quite frankly, I'm so ready to like move on from it, and it's
Yeah.
um, like I said, I want to draw some studs, like I want
Draw
to
some
do stuff like
studs.
that. Like I'm ready to like break out of this, but yeah,
Break.
you said the time is now. So yeah, put it
Like,
out there.
yes.
Hmm.
Now I'm gonna start harassing you. Be like, you drew some stuff. You drew some
Ah, that's
stuff.
right, Ray. That's what I'm
Hey,
talking
cause Sharon done did that to me. It's
about.
like,
We gonna be
you know,
on you, Trey. Like, yeah, Tree.
Tree, like
I swear I
you
got a
I
new
gotta,
ain't
name
never called
today,
you
don't I?
Trey ever. Tonight I'm calling you Trey all the time. I'm tripping. Come on,
It's
Tree.
cool.
I don't know what the heck is going on with me. I need a Coke. Um,
oh Lord, oh
Now, what kind of coke you talking about? No, I'm just
Coca
playing.
nah,
You
Cola.
know we in Seattle.
yes, the Coca-Cola, but very specific about it.
Very specific and how it is. Y'all don't want to get me started because I can
Yeah.
break down how you supposed to drink a Coke like nobody's business. But anyway, we're about to wrap up real soon, so we have a couple more. So we're gonna go with Tree.
I got
And
something else.
does Tree have something else, Michael? Nope.
Yo, I will say
Okay.
about
Michael,
not
keep it.
only drawing some studs or whatever, but
Uh-huh.
like since you say you're gonna like you tired of doing the Black Lives Matter thing, that what you said?
Hmm.
Mhm.
I did. Yep,
Make
it's
it
on record.
you can make your work so black that you don't gotta use words about it. Like it's
Ooh.
Yeah,
just you see it and it's yeah, that's black. That's
yeah,
black.
and it matters. But
Yeah. So
it's
that's how you shut that up. You know?
Ooh. So
I
so
appreciate that.
Tree, I know, I mean, I'm saying that's why I connected y'all so y'all can motivate each other. Um, but I want people to know, like, you can reach out to Tree on IG at art is dot is tree, and then on Tree's website at artistree.com.
All right, y'all. So
And
let me tell y'all this: art dot is tree. It's a play on artistry, like just a plain word artistry. But I put a dot
ah,
in it. See, it might be too complicated.
no,
Oh
it's,
well.
it's not too. It makes perfectly sense. But your name is Tree to me, so I was not thinking that at all.
Yeah, that's how it go.
But I like it. And you have merchandise and stuff like that on your website.
Yeah, I got merch on there.
Uh, and then people can also support Tree at if you have Venmo at Trenise Dash Williams or Cash App $ Trenise Williams as well. So please support that. Tree, what you have coming up? You got anything, any shows, any markets? Anybody need to be aware?
Um, Actually, yeah, I'm still a part of a artist group based out of Renton. We call Cultivate, and I think we got a couple events coming up. We always doing something. Um, I just show up. But we doing an event for Veterans Day, and it's gonna be like some meditation going on, and like a writing section, and like a live art painting stuff like that. So that'll be like December 5th in Renton. That's the next thing coming up. But besides that, I'm just trying to get my mural painted when it's dry outside. Lord knows when. And
Mhm.
I'm just trying to hold it down. Like, I'm trying to hold it down.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Uh, does Ray have anything else to show us?
Hmm.
Uh, Ray, you want to do one last piece, or you
That's
want to
fine. I
flash
mean,
a few pieces? What you want to do, Michael?
hey,
Hmm.
switch. He's the art DJ for the night.
Uh,
Ooh.
oh,
Has he? Okay. So this one is also up in Othello on the side of a building um, next to the Safeway. I do not remember. Oh, it's at Odessa Brown Clinic, Children's Clinic at Seattle Children's Hospital. That is that is what it is. Okay. Yes. They built a new clinic in Othello. Um, it was a lot of up and down about getting this project done and formatting and all that crazy stuff. So I was really happy when this one and the very first piece that we showed on this went up. Both of these are on the side of the building, and it's featuring a friend of mine's son, Hezekiah, his little pretty chocolate self, and it goes with just my want to present black children who are alive and within reach to see themselves represented, just living life, being happy, no sad stuff, no tragedies, hashtags, you know prejudice, BS, examples of this and that, like just existing.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's what's up.
that's
Free,
very
what does it
necessary.
do?
Yeah, what
I
you
was,
say?
I was just saying it's necessary.
Yeah. Like,
that we show, like, you know what I'm saying, black kids just being the light that they are.
yeah, I think on my IG page there may be a video of his mom taking him to the block and him seeing it for the first time, and his little face is just lit up, and he can't believe it. It's precious. It's dope. Yeah.
And
Um,
Pongo Poetry said, "Oh my God, the expression, the innocence, the good-hearted mischief. What a delight."
Yeah, that is Hazzy.
I got a question, Ray.
What's up?
Your piece is like this texture that you create. Like, you ain't
Mm.
gotta tell me the whole recipe, but like, what is it? Is it oil paint and like
Nah, that's just
a
straight acrylic
tool?
paint. Nah, it's just acrylic
Acrylic.
paint and random brushes. Like the way I
Random.
see, yeah, I really just pick up a brush I like and just go with it. But the way I see color or the way I see an image, I can't paint something with just like the basic scales of one color. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know how you got like a gray scale or you have a brown scale. I gotta like mash it up. I gotta have some textures or throw in some different colors. Otherwise, it'll look like a big blob to me. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
that's like color dyslexia or something. I don't know. But that's, I just like, just do random stuff in spaces until it, I don't know, stuff happens.
Right. You see it through to the end.
Yeah,
Be
like
something
it
dope.
works out.
Okay.
It works out sometimes. Sometimes I get frustrated if it doesn't look like it's coming together. But most of the times, you know,
Hey
Well,
man, just
being
gotta keep on going.
pretty much keep on going.
keep on going. I love the fact that y'all are taught that y'all started the conversation around showing young people, young Black people in particularly, as happy humans. And I think sometimes we forget that people that make mistakes are were little kids at one time, and could deserve a second chance. And so I really like that, knowing that everybody is human and we all come from a place, and we all begin from a place of being a child and growing up. And so let's embrace it, and let's make sure that these kids have what they need as they grow up. I'm the
Right.
deep one today. No.
Yeah.
I'm quitting. Michael, black man, talk to us about seeing this young black man and what that means to you.
What you said is that's why I selected this image to go out on, to end on. Wanted to start with youth and end with youth. And when I see this, I see so much love and happiness and potential and joy, and a lot of feelings and words that don't typically, at least in the media, or what I hear in the media anyway, be applied to black people, black men, black boys especially. And all too often, as a black man, and who at one time was a black boy, I felt like I never had a chance to be a child. And I think it's important to see to see that we, just like you said earlier, that we were once children, and now we're big children. You know, like we've learned things, and sometimes become jaded, but for me, this is, to begin with youth and to end with youth, is making me reflect on why I appreciate this show so much, because we talk about heavy topics and issues and processes and journeys and expressions and everything, and no matter what's going on, at least for me, throughout the day or the week, whenever the show comes up, I always leave feeling like I just had all the medicine I needed, and when I loved it, loved it. I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to end this season, this episode, this day, by feeling grateful and thinking, like, this is it's Friday, or what? It's not Friday. It's Thursday evening, and I get to do this. Like, I get to spend time with people who care about something beyond their ego. And I get to spend time with people who are putting their hearts and passion and time and energy and skills and experiences into creating this work that affects so many people. And that might not even be why it was created in the first place, but the fact is it does. And it affects me. And so I'm in love with this work. I appreciate that you all exist, and I appreciate that you're doing what you're doing and sharing your gifts and talents the way that you choose to share them. And thank you for allowing and inviting us to be part of this.
Whew. Thank you, Mike.
Well
Wow.
said. Well said.
I know, right? Like, how do you follow up after that? Other
I
than
mean,
right, what I know you have the piece up, the show up at you Errata.
Erato. Yeah,
Yeah,
some people call it Erato. I call it Erato. I don't know which the correct.
Errata Gallery. I don't know
Yeah.
either, so I'll put that in the
Um.
chat.
Yeah.
And then people can connect with you via IG at Rae
Mhm.
Akino and on Facebook at Rae Akino.
Our
So y'all
website.
like that, and the website is not on there for some reason. Rae Akino, and
Yeah.
then um,
It's
and then you can also support Rae Akino on Cash App, PayPal at Rae Akino and Rae Akino Visual Artist. So lovely people.
yeah.
Um, why do they think I will have? But anyway, thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Before we leave, I just want to pay homage to all the veterans out there on this Veterans Day and say thank you for your service. Um, we appreciate you, and we wrap
Mhm.
our arms around you, your family, and your friends. So thank you very much. Also, like to
Mhm.
say thank you, Michael, Ray, Tree, and all of y'all who have supported and watched us this season and the last two seasons. We promise to come back stronger next season in 2022. So look out for that, and keep shaking shit up and looking for
Sure.
artists and supporting artists that shake shit up. And you can shake shit up in your life if you really want to. Just think about it. Micah, drop that.
Shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up. Ooh, we shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up. Ooh, we shaking shit up.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He gonna play it again.
All right.
Shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up. Ooh, we shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up. Ooh, we shaking shit up.
All right, last
Yeah.
time with the photos. Last time with the photos.
Last time with the photos, Trey and Tree. I mean Tree and Trey, don't hang up. Y'all stay on.
I bet that.
Shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up. Ooh, we shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up, shaking shit up. Ooh, we shaking shit up.